Sup everyone, we're back with more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Time to get into the summation examination.
Very well, the court grants permission.
Oh, you're gonna throw another one? You're gonna crush it?
So you refuse to admit defeat again. How uninspiring. Unsurprising. Sorry. We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready?
Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps. Why is your face so flushed? That was never a thing in the previous case.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty.
Time for the best part. Bum, bum. Judicial findings. Alright. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum.
All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketee.
You know, I just realized, in addition to his constant blush, you see him, like, looking at the maid. Like, he glances upwards and then he looks down towards the maid. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. I think you'll find that if you look at that photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. If I left you in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. Mind's made up. Stop. Global radio transmission, a verdict to follow. Stop.
In motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent.
I'm trying to alter that dude's voice to be more evil.
Circumstance of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. The storeroom locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses. Not to mention this print.
Yes, this is still some Damon evidence.
Take it from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the bally trigger.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh dear, how these cameras are supposed to help, not hinder.
I mean, there could be other images that we haven't seen that have a big effect. Like, I don't know, maybe there was one of like when Sholmes got shot or sometime around that. I don't know.
I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you.
But Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. Which means there's more to the situation than meets the eye.
Agreed.
You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Roger Wilco. Starting it up. Jury examination. Alright. Dun.
Hold it!
You're Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Garrett, aren't you? You really must stop meeting like this. He's too focused looking at the maid. He's about to commit NTR on his own wife. Ah, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously. I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything. Bribery and blackmail. Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garrett house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenancies. To be fair, didn't you only have 2 lodgers? God damn it, he's even looking to the side now. Waiting for him to do it again. Glance. Oh, wasn't it just Natsume that moved out, or did that other person we saw move out? We saw like this freaking jester-looking dude that apparently lives there. Oh. Haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet. Bad enough that the old girl's clapped up. Yes, can't be denied. You did do rather a lot, but not for us, that's for dash certain. I suppose not. Of course. There can be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously. But honestly, I really wish you'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. I'm glad Ryunosuke's noticed. Polishing the bench, I see. Again.
A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain.
What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores?
On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pickpursers, and crossmen, the scum of the earth.
A little harsh, perhaps. Man, I really hope we get to see well, Daigai Yakuten Saiban, whatever, Great Ace Attorney, whatever you want to call it, Great Ace Attorney 2, Resolve. I hope that we get to see more of the jurors, like, outside of these roles. Like, we've seen some of them outside, but, like, I'm curious about this maid in both cases has talked about her lordship or whatever. So I'm curious as to who that is. Maybe we'll get to see, I don't know.
Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals.
You're referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rand's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital.
Mr. Sholmes, a maid? Now this I want to see. Give me an alternate outfit with him in a maid costume. Now. I am not asking, this is a demand.
It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective.
Minor detail is the two brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant.
A minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, I can hear you, lady.
Yeah, what are you talking about? We're not scum. Well, it might be an idea to get our facts straight anyways.
Yes, alright. I shall amend my statement.
Oh, she's actually editing it.
Those two brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective.
Right through your blood. Nerd. What do you mean look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photographic print normally, it looks as though the pickpocket girl's about to shoot the victim, obviously.
Objection!
But there's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun. All I'm saying is if you look at the same print in stereo, it can reveal all sorts of new information. By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes? Man, I wonder. Oh, how did you know? It's not like I'm crossing my eyes and looking at two pictures or anything. Let's call it a lucky guess. How do you on? It never gets old seeing the two prints merged into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary, it's captivating, it's the height of modernity. Of course. Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay. Giving us new perspectives we couldn't even before. It's the greatest innovation we've ever seen. If only it could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you. And whenever I do real out there voices, it takes a toll on my throat, and eventually I get to the point where I almost start freaking coughing. If I have left gotta remember my voice for this old man. What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? Also, this is the second time I've seen you in a row. You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that. Yeah, so sorry. Also, this guy's a doctor. You know, I didn't piece this together, but Sholmes was in surgery. Oh no, please don't tell me that Luck is gonna have this old man be involved in a second case. This dude was already somewhat involved in the previous case. But if that happens again, that's gonna be very funny. Yes, you could probably tell, I'm a surgeon. Oh great. A surgeon? That totally passed me by. Yeah, of course, people conducting surgery in this country are considered to be doctors, so no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field. So, what is it you think you've left behind? Yeah, well, that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Oh, standard thing, went in through the abdomen. When I'd finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere. What? Did he? Surely not. Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself. Don't you worry, isn't it? That's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't. God, if this dude frickin' sewed... It's like JoJo Part 4. When Josuke frickin' punches a guy that's holding a knife. And then he heals him, but then the knife is stuck inside of the dude. So there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really. That's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter. It's exactly my concern. You see, as this case appears to be all but sewn up, I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. I'm sure I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as it can be without being sure. Sure, you need to be more sure. Man. I have a strange feeling this old man is involved with Sholmes' procedure.
Hold it!
Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean?
Are you from the Far East? Stop.
Yes, from the Empire of Japan.
All communications with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. Ah, but now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles of cable have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world.
Really? Is that how that works? Ocean bed. So you're telling me cables are laid at the bottom of the ocean and they go across the frickin' sea? That is insane. Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed. Makes my head hurt just thinking about it. Yeah, I know, right? That's real surprising even for me.
You are well informed, young lady.
Well, that's a new one.
But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop.
And just when I was starting to catch up.
Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airwaves of four corners of globe. Stop. Excitement grows. Stop. Atmospheric electric. Atmosphere electric.
Right. Try not to wear out your fingers.
Era of wireless telegraphy. Driving technological revolution. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What utter piffle.
Oh shit, you're gonna piss off juror number 3 with that.
I can't understand it, I really can't. Oh, they're just silly toys.
Saw that coming. Oh man is pissed.
Excuse me!
Excuse me.
Juror number 3, sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but...
What?
Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess.
Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on, I dare you.
Goodness, are you talking to me? think it just might be, yes.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, really, a machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions. Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional.
What a great way to appease the man.
No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all.
This man is seething underneath.
You just don't know.
Pardon?
I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously gonna have to demonstrate.
What sort of possibilities?
Well, take a crime scene, for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope, it could reveal hidden clues you never even noticed before.
What? Have you got any, Bruno? Any prints we could look at with a stereoscope?
Yeah, we actually do. How about this print here? This should do the trick, I think. Just this?
Take that!
Oh, it was wrong. Oh. Oops.
I think maybe I need to have a stereoscopic look at your brain sometime.
Uh-oh. I think we gotta do it again. Toto.
Hold it!
One sec. Gotta fast forward now. Just gonna skip ahead. Alright. Well that didn't work, clearly. I thought we were gonna use the cat pictures again, but what about this? Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints?
Of course I can.
Very well, then I'd like you to demonstrate.
I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Do we even have anything? Oh, what's this?
There's a sensational story lower down the front page as well, look. Ministry Mole. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice.
For a 10-year-old, Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of world news.
It's about secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently, they're being intercepted by hostile nations.
Communications are being intercepted? But how would someone be doing that?
That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 possible different methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Bruno?
No, of course not. I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday.
Yes, it could be. And it could explain why he has Gregsy running from pillar to post at the moment.
Okay. Interesting. Not expecting that. I don't know. Can I go back, maybe? Well, I mean, we do have more prints, it's just not, you know... Yeah, I can't do that. Anyways. I don't know, this... Sorry? What do you mean one more print?
Oh dear, don't you have these in the Far East?
Bruno,
What?
you need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember?
Like the cat. Yeah. So we need another image before we can press this, I guess. Oh yes, I remember now. But the print we have from Pawnbrokers is a normal photograph.
No, I think you'll find. The clue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need 2 prints.
Thanks for the friendly explanation.
Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, we can always show it to this young man then.
I think you'll find that that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me. Okay. Slightly different. Okay. All we need is another shot from a slightly different location, and we can see the scene in 3 dimensions.
Hold it!
Okay, let's try to not pay attention to that dude. Let's fast forward and let's ignore him. Yeah. Okay. Don't spare any feelings, will you? It's not like there's anyone here who likes stereoscopes. So, why exactly do you think the defendant is guilty?
It's quite simple. We haven't been shown a scrap of evidence to suggest that she isn't the culprit. And just as radio waves dash through the skies faster than the eye can see. So we should dash to the conclusion of this trial and stop pandering to the indignation.
Okay.
Hold it!
Please tell me you're not villain Bolshevik. The Russian revolutionary.
Revolutionary?
Dude's just like, shit, I've been found out. Oh, I believe there is such a rumor. It's just a rumor? As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious animal, criminal. Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out. He's petting the frickin' mouse. People call me revolutionary, murder, autocrat.
And which glove fits?
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. He's a tourist. He's not going to be able to say much. Right, that doesn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts. To be treated like vicious criminal all the time is very painful. People do not realize. So I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look. The Skilkin brothers? Ah, maybe they were inside pawnbroker's shop. But they have not done nothing wrong, that is all I want to say. Skilkin brothers did nothing wrong that night. Alright, well first of all, it's one not so little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. I think we already know what to do with that. Tell me something, Iris.
What is it, Bruno?
Jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they?
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it?
In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting among them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary?
I wish I knew.
Don't worry about it. You can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors. The trial will be over.
But we knew that Guinea would never shoot anyone.
Yeah, so we need to find contradictions in what these jurors are saying and pit them against each other. Yep. I already know what the first one I want to say is.
Objection!
These 2.
Good lord! Counsel, explain yourself.
Oh my statement's contradictory.
Don't let the
Juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick.
I do not have stick, I have mouse.
I like this music. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene of the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver.
Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand.
Smug Ryu. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear.
Abdomen. A, B, D.
Sir?
Sorry. My English is still learning.
You are telling the court you didn't hear.
Forgive me, I did not hear. Here is one. Abdomen, part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say it in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker. Thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again. Bless up. So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before we never done nothing. The truth is they shot detective. This is no double negative.
Yes, that's exactly right. Oh, don't squeeze the rat. Hands, you a rat.
Lying is wrong.
Especially when lie is said by person who look like criminal. I realize that I think my Russian voice now sounds a bit too much like Stroganov from Case 2. So I'm gonna try to mix it up a bit. At least change my freaking pitch. Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means, when they say we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is this true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods are found, so...
Enough, I trust no one now.
It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir.
I must see with my own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself.
I'm afraid that won't be Yes, it is, Reno. Easily. Sorry. The prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. Ah. If we compare the print that pictures Guinea and the next print from half an hour later... Okay, so this is how we get it. We'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Koi, Mr. Prosecutor.
Touch, touch. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. I'm not allowed to speak, but I guess I have to. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one.
Yep.
Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out.
Okay, show us the one for 1:30.
Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight.
Okay. Okay, well, we know that the lamp was broken. So this was taken after Hurley was shot then. And as far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. It does seem to be the case. The only thing that changed is the lamp. I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print.
So the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot a man, but they stole nothing.
It would seem so, yes.
Good.
No, not good.
You are right, I did not understand situation. Now I know brothers has lied. I think it is very important to continue with trial.
Yay, thank you. Based Russian revolutionary man. Yay, well done, Bruno. The balance is shifting. Well, it's a start, I suppose. There must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. If I can do that, we might turn the situation to our favor still.
Thank you, Counsel. Continue with the summation examination.
So we only got one change from that.
Kindly hand that new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence.
Okay, good. Yeah, this is great. Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that.
In lake of lies are many dead fish. We must find truth, therefore I say not guilty verdict.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. I think I know what we have to do now. So you still haven't changed your mind.
Hold it!
Okay, let's talk to you. Can it really show up new clues though?
Don't know unless you try.
How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with it? Okay, yeah.
Where's the cat?
Alright. This
Take
one.
that!
Alright, these 2 prints were both taken with the same camera on window banks on this night in question.
Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereoscopic images work? You understand the principle?
Yeah, I just want you to do this for me. Well, I think so. Did have a lesson on me yesterday. I'm just gonna skip this. We've already seen all this stuff. Yep. Cross-eyed, merges the images into something new, yada yada.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's a new thing. She's actually holding them.
That small shift between certain objects is in the 2 pictures that's really important.
So what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then?
No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene 3-dimensionally, anyway.
Oh! Of course, now I see.
Well, I think the young girl's discovered the secret.
God damn it, Iris. Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me?
Have another look at these 2 pictures from Hurley's camera, Runo. Go on.
Yeah, I can't cross my eyes easily. I'll let the game do it for me. I mean, I already think I know what the difference is here, but... Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second.
Well, yes, you can see that straight away, but now, try looking at the picture in 3 dimensions.
Oh my god. I'm just not... You know what? If anyone else that's watching wants to do this, they can, but I am just gonna let the game tell me. Wait.
Well, did you manage to see it properly, Runo?
You know what? You know what? Out of curiosity. I want to say we're not really. I'm just not very good at this. That's the trouble.
Oh, don't worry, I have just the thing. I happen to bring with me a portable stereoscope.
I know I mentioned this yesterday, but if you had that contraption with you from the outset, you could have saved me staring at Mr. Winterbank and Gino like I hate them all that time.
And if you remember, I said in reply that it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Anyway, why don't you try using this helpful little aid now?
Alright?
Here goes.
Huh? What? Now, let's see what we've got. Wait, look at that! What's going on at these 2 pictures? What? Some of the things on the counter sort of jump out at you. I was not expecting that to be it. Frickin' Von Zykes! The judge and Von Zykes. Oh my god. I like how Von Zykes just uses the stereoscope instead of crossing his eyes like an idiot.
Yes, that's it, you see. That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes.
Other amazing power? Oh my god. Frickin'... We're just gonna be seeing, like, every character cross-eyed, aren't we? Is someone going to explain this black magic, eh? Why the deuce do some of the things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that, hmm?
I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll find your own question.
You'll answer your own question.
Basic principles of the stereoscope.
As I said before, if you try to look at 2 identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's a slight shift in the positions of certain objects that lets you see pictures 3-dimensionally. High technical.
In other words, even though at first glance... Oh, I think I see it now, actually. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Maybe not. I don't know. It does look like stuff on the right has been... If you look, it seems like... I don't know how to explain it. It does look like some stuff has been slightly moved on the counter. Even though at first glance it seems as the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures, if you look very closely, there is a bigger gap in between some of the stuff. Like the two you see that picture of like a dog or whatever? If you look to the left of it, those two papers on the left to the left of the dog picture, there's a bigger gap in between them. This shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions.
Yes, there must have been.
Wow. Now hold fire there, son. Got a reasonable grasp on this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does this shift between the two prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master. What, me?
I haven't the first idea. No, Bruno, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 AM. Then, 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly in interim. So that means...
That means it's something in the half-hour interval. Someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Zukas! Never heard that one before. Someone tampered?
New information. Not mentioned in testimony so far.
Yes. We've had to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom? Are you suggesting you might know? Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter. Well, there's two of them. Who the hell... Can I just present either of them? Hold up. I just don't want to lose health due to stupid reasons.
Take that!
Let's present Luigi. It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers.
Wait. This does not agree with what brothers said in testimony before. They said they do not even time to pull dukes from Lucy lockets. My phrase book says dukes is meaning heads and Lucy lockets is meaning pockets.
Squeeze rat.
But is this another lie? Is this what you are saying?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
No, hold on there a minute. You can't be sure of that. I quite agree. The accused is a common pickpurse, after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal.
I think that's unlikely. And why exactly? As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Winnebank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. Bum 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 bo do 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 da da dun da 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 dun.
But the accused is a pickpurse, common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here?
Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact worse, than a pickpurse. Dun dun dun. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves?
Well said. I, for one, would like to hear from that shady pair. I wasn't expecting that. Fucking just slammed the desk with his head. Bro, why? You're a surgeon. Why are you giving yourself a concussion? Dude. I was not expecting that whatsoever. The thing is, for like a split second, I was like, you know, he's kind of holding his hands upwards like he's about to do surgery. So I'm like, is he gonna hit the
table with like the back of his hand or something. They just freaking headbutts the counter.
Can you all see now? If you go find Stereoscope's art playthings, you've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand.
Pop. And evened out. Who else wants to tip the scales?
Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Will return home via Regent Street.
They bought. And the tails are skipped. The tails are skipped. Yes.
Oh, it would seem this trial is yet to run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations, feel the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call the summation examination to conclusion, with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus, and I order this trial to continue.
Yay, well done! Oh, by the way,
What?
you should hold on to this, Reno. You never know when it might come in useful.
Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright. Stereoscope has been entered into the court record. Nice.
Lord Van Zykes, you will instruct the witness that the court demands additional testimony from them.
Throw it. Crush it.
I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord.
Wow. He's actually not resisting or anything. I'm so used to him. Usually whenever we win a summation examination, he gets pissed off and slams his boot on the counter, crushes something, or gets very pissed off and calls the jury idiots. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. And I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent. You do that, man. To be continued. Oh man. We got some stuff going on. Dun 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 dun. Next time on Great Ace Attorney, we go and give those thieves another grilling about their testimony. Adios, ciao, and bye bye. Signing off until next time. Ja, mata ne.